So Ryan, you've been touring Europe with me these past months, telling people that SawStop is finally here and telling people about the risks that can happen with a table saw and our amazing safety technology.
Yep.
But when we first met, you were so excited about getting your hands on a professional cabinet saw.
Yeah.
This is our most refined model, really built for serious makers. So can you tell me a bit about what it is that you were so excited about?
I've been following along what SawStop have been doing in the US for the last 15, almost 20 years. And the entire time I've just wanted one of these so bad. I got to a point recently where I thought they were never going to come to the UK and it wasn't going to be a possibility. And then just as I thought that was it, you guys announced you were coming to Europe and the UK. And as soon as I heard any other option was off the table, I knew that this is what I wanted. And that's just as much for the quality of the machine as it is for the safety mechanism.
So you're building up your workspace here as well. The table saw is going to be one of the centerpieces of that, but you have some beautiful hand tools over there as well. Can you tell us a bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, so I do a lot of work by hand with traditional hand tools and techniques, and that's because I like to use quality tools and materials to produce high quality work. I think whilst you can do it in other ways, I think having good quality stuff really makes a difference to the outcome. And so that's one of the reasons why I've wanted a SawStop, because it is that premium piece of equipment.
And so this is then the European version as well. We've made a number of upgrades to this one. It's based on years of feedback and learning from people in the US. But for the European model, we've made some upgrades, like the table size is much bigger. We include dust collection. We have mitre fences and a new fence as well with the T-Glide advanced fence that's more to European standards. So we'll show you some of those things today as well. Cool. And we're going to be making some videos for people about all the different upgrade options that you have, why you might choose certain things, and what's going to be right for you in your workspace as well. Sure. We have a whole bunch of stuff been delivered, probably far more than most people would ever need. But when it comes normally, this is the cabinet saw inside here, and that's got the extension tables and the fence. We got rails for you. Yep. Here are the example, the 52-inch rails. We got the additional tabletop, the additional 52-inch tabletop. There could be a small one with a 36, and then there'd also be the overhead dust collection that would come as standard. Everything else is within those 4 boxes, basically.
Awesome.
Let's just get the stuff shifted and get it unpacked. So I think it's probably a good idea to get some pieces of wood out here we can lift it onto. We've got the mobile bases for you. We've got 2 mobile bases to show people as well. Okay. The industrial mobile base is the one that we really recommend. That makes it super portable. But for now, we're just going to have to lift this up and get it vertical.
Okay.
Definitely a 2-man job, eh?
Yeah.
So obviously we've got this protective cover on it right now. We're going to have to take this off and clean it all up. We've got the 2 cast iron wings down here as well. And so you'll be able to see the difference with the European sizing of this as well. Yep. And we'll show people how to get these wings on, get them really perfectly flat, and also how to care for your saw afterwards, right?
Yep, okay. So I'm quite lucky with my workshop. I've got quite a lot of room, but I know that so many people in the UK don't have enough room, and there's no way I could move this on my own. No. So there's 2 different options with the mobile bases, and for some people having one of those options is going to be absolutely vital. So what's the differences, and how can we make those work?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our most popular options, actually. The saw is so heavy to give that extra stability and precision in your cuts, that people really like having a mobile base on that one. With a mobile base, you'll be able to then move it to the side of your workshop, just create more space, maybe keep it safe. And so we provide then 2 options for that. One is the integrated mobile base that will show you how that fits into the saw itself. Yep. The one we really recommend for people is the industrial mobile base. That's built for any saw size that you could imagine. It'll carry up to 400 kilos. It's got a hydraulic base, and that one is so easy to use to just smoothly guide it around one-handed around your room.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's take a look.
Yep, let's get them set up and installed.
So it looks like it's ready to go right out of the box.
Yeah, that's it. All we need to do is put the saw onto these 2 plates here, and the benefit of that industrial mobile base is the hydraulic lift over there, and then you can see the 4 casters that swivel in all directions.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be so easy to move around, much more fluid, and so many mobile bases like this are often very dysfunctional, but this is really elegant design.
Right, let's get it installed.
2, 3.
Okay, so we got the saw standing upright. We got it on the mobile base. Let's talk about also some of the upgrades that we've made for the European market here as well. So you already see that in the cast iron. This is around 20% bigger than in North America, actually. So adding to, stability and accuracy for you.
Yeah.
We've also made some other upgrades that are part of our commitment to safety and quality in Europe as well. So we provide an additional outfeed table. We provide the overhead dust collection guard. And then this is the most popular configuration in North America with a really powerful 3 horsepower motor, 36-inch rip capacity as standard, which you can upgrade to then a 52 if you wanted to. And then it comes with the T-Glide fence system, which we're pretty famous for as well.
Yeah. Yeah, even at this point, I can already tell the quality of the cast iron is absolutely incredible. And the way everything's been packaged so far, it's just really robustly put together.
Yep. Let's carry on with the unboxing. Here's the user manual, so we can all follow the steps. So we need to get the cast iron wings on, and then we're going to put the rails on.
Okay. So we've got this nice and flush. Everything is sat exactly where it should be, and I'm incredibly happy with that. It's as good as it's going to get, and it's amazing. We've checked it with a straight edge, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, it's important to just set that up and get the most out of your saw as well. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to just get that dead level, but I think we can move on to the next stage. Switch box, and then we put the rails on. Okay, so there you go. Keys to your new table
Amazing,
saw.
thank you. So I'll pop that in here. And this is for the bypass, right?
Yeah, that's right, if you ever need that. And here you've also got an additional safety device as well. You've got that little tab that you need to always have in there if you want to turn the machine on.
You can lock that out, yeah, that's great. I noticed as well we've got the 16 amp plug, and there was also a breaker on the back of the unit.
Yeah, an additional safety device back here. It's a 16 amp plug, it's a 13 amp motor, but with the inrush current, you want to make sure it's on a separate circuit with a C-type breaker as well.
Yeah, so that's for that inrush current, the larger spike in the power.
Yep. But we're not done yet. We need to get these rails on.
Cool, let's do that.
So we've got 3 parts to this: the back rail, the front rail, and then the tube system.
Okay.
And then these smaller ones are going to go into the saw body.
Yep.
The longer ones go through on the extension wings. So if I hold up the back and you get these in.
Yep, okay.
Okay, so before we can get the front tube on, we need to get this extension table and its legs in place.
Okay. I noticed that we've got another really good hardware pack. Everything's really well organized, so I guess it will be really easy.
Yep, let's do it. So just a small thing to point out here, this bracket under here is going to enable you to adjust the height up and down.
Yeah, and that's to get the level with the rest of the table.
Right, yeah. So we just need to flip this over
Yeah.
and get it between the rails. After getting the rails on, the last step is that we're going to put this tube on. And we want to put this on just a little bit loose so that we can make sure it's really parallel with the table and got the right distance. We got it adjusted pretty nice already, but there are some additional adjustments you can make then if you want to make sure it's really parallel.
Yep.
And then also the whether it's be square.
Yep.
And then you've also got the lens down there that you can
Yeah.
adjust and calibrate that to the ruler if you need to.
We've got 2 different settings here, right?
Yeah, that's for the high-low, because on the European T-Glide Advanced fence, you have this high-low fence here that you can take off.
Yeah, so we've got these quick release locks, and that just comes right off. That is so simple. And then it just locks down like that. That's really great. And it still adjusts perfectly. There's nothing getting in the way there.
Yeah, super solid, eh?
Yeah. So we've already got a few bits out of the box and ready to go here, but does this come with the saw?
Yeah, this is included as standard. This is the overhead dust collection system. In America, this is an optional extra, but in Europe, we include it as standard. And what's really nice about this one is then that real metal ducting on that one, so you're going to get really smooth airflow, fantastic dust collection performance, coupled with this micro guard that we have here.
Sure, and with that right at the blade, the dust collection is right at the cut.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it is. And then we've also got the floating dust collection system that you would need to use if you were going to do dados, but we'll talk about that later on.
Cool,
Yeah.
okay.
So let's get this one connected. A couple of grub screws on that one, and then this one goes into it. Whilst you're installing that one, I'm going to connect this one as well. You can see this one has an additional tube that will go up to the blade guard, and then this is going to connect to your 100mm high volume dust collector. So I'm going to connect this port here, and because we want as least resistance for that airflow as possible, I'm just going to turn it round. I'm going to put this big one on here, and then we can angle this one straight up to the port here. And then this short one will go onto the blade guard.
So you've got an Allen key here just to open up the insert for the table, and haven't turned the blade over yet, so we can swing that over. And then if I raise that up, change the riving knife out.
You see that we have that very easy to remove insert, and then also a toolless riving knife under here as well.
Awesome.
So we can take that one off. And you want to put your insert back on.
There for a second.
Just get this adjusted. I think we're almost ready to be making our first cut. I've got a couple of extra things for you here.
Okay.
So there's a washer for when we're using the dado blades later on.
Okay, yep.
2 riving knives, a 254 and a 250mm.
Awesome, okay.
Right. We've got a magnetic push block.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that one's really nice.
Nice, that's really good. Wicked.
And then the standard mitre gauge.
Ah,
we
okay.
provide with it.
Yeah, these are great.
And we're going to show people later on we have the other mitre gauges for even more precision and accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is still going to do so much of the work that I need to do though, so that's really good.
Yeah, you happy so far?
Yeah, the fence is great. This adjusts so smoothly. This is going to be so much enjoyment in using it, but also going to work really well for me. And the blade itself, all the adjustments down here are great, really nice and smooth, absolutely effortless. So can't wait to make some cuts.
Perhaps also good to show people how the fence is used as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the high-low fence, which we can just unlock really easily here. Pull that back and put it back in again for the low position. And then now we can set that right up against the blade guard and still make narrow cuts really safely. So that's a game changer. And then if we're like a typical European fence, we can bring this back and have the piece come through and not get trapped between the fence and the blade. So that's really, really important.
We're excited to be bringing this saw to Europe, and Ryan, I know you're excited too.
I am. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I know that a lot of other people have been waiting just as long as well, so they're going to love it.